They say the dead never truly rest, especially when forgotten. In a small, unassuming town lies an old graveyard, long abandoned and overgrown with weeds. Locals avoid it, whispering tales of restless spirits and eerie sounds that echo through the night. Every Halloween, the bravest dare to venture inside, but few return unchanged. A group of friends, Alex, Rachel, and Jake, decide to explore the graveyard on Halloween night, drawn by the thrill of urban legends. Armed with flashlights and bravado, they push through the rusted gates, their laughter echoing in the still air. The moonlight casts ghostly shadows as they wander deeper into the graveyard. As they read the weathered tombstones, they stumble upon a grave marked with a name they recognize. A local legend about a girl who vanished decades ago. Intrigued, they decide to hold a seance right there.
Let's form a circle and hold hands. I'll start the chant.
Suddenly, the air grows cold, and an otherworldly presence envelops them. A chilling wind sweeps through the graveyard, extinguishing their flashlights. In the darkness, they hear whispers, a voice calling out for help. Panic sets in as they realize they've awakened something sinister.
I feel something. A cold hand on my shoulder. Oh no, there's a ghostly figure behind me. A girl in tattered clothing with hollow eyes filled with sorrow. She's pointing toward her grave, her mouth moving silently as if trying to communicate.
Terrified but determined to help her find peace, we have to confront our fear, Jake.
Yes, Jake. We can't leave her like this. We need to know what happened.
All right, let's do this for her.
They return to the grave and discover an inscription hidden beneath the overgrowth. A message about a betrayal that led to her demise.
Look, there's something written here.
Betrayed by those she trusted most, her spirit remains bound by sorrow.
As they read it aloud, the atmosphere shifts. The ghostly figure smiles faintly before fading away into mist.
Did you see that? She smiled.
I think she's finally at peace.
The friends feel a wave of relief wash over them as the air warms again. The next morning, they return to the graveyard with flowers and clear away the weeds. They honor her memory and vow never to forget her story again. From that day forward, they share her tale every Halloween, reminding others that some spirits linger until their stories are told. When darkness falls on Halloween night, who is hiding behind the mask? In a bustling city known for its extravagant Halloween celebrations, one masked stranger roams the streets each year. Dressed in an ornate costume and a haunting mask, he appears at every party, but never speaks, a figure of mystery and dread. A young woman named Mia attends a Halloween party at an old mansion rumored to be haunted. as she mingles with friends and dances under flickering lights. She notices the masked stranger lurking in the shadows.
Who is that? Why is he just standing there?
Intrigued, yet uneasy, she feels drawn to him, despite warnings from her friends. As the night progresses, Mia finds herself alone on a balcony overlooking the garden.
I shouldn't be out here alone, but he's so mysterious.
The masked stranger appears beside her. His presence sends chills down her spine. He gestures for her to follow him into the darkness beyond the party lights. Mia hesitates, but ultimately follows him into the garden where shadows loom large. Suddenly, he turns to face her. His mask reflects moonlight eerily as he lifts it slightly, revealing only his eyes filled with sorrow.
Wait, who are you? What do you want?
Before she can speak, he vanishes into thin air. Confused and frightened, Mia realizes she's lost track of time. When she returns to the party, everyone is gone. The mansion stands eerily silent.
Panic sets in as Mia searches for her friends, but finds only emptiness.
She stumbles upon an old photograph on a dusty table. It's of a group of revelers from decades ago. Among them is the masked stranger, looking exactly as he did that night.
Suddenly she hears whispers echoing through the halls, voices calling her name.
She races back outside, but finds herself trapped in an illusion of endless darkness.
Just as despair threatens to consume her, Mia recalls a story about breaking curses through truth and courage.
She shouts into the void about her fears and regrets. Slowly but surely, light begins to seep back into reality.
When she finally escapes back into the city streets at dawn, she realizes that she has freed not just herself, but also the spirit of the masked stranger who had been trapped in time for years.
Not all treats are sweet. Some come with a deadly price. In a quaint neighborhood known for its elaborate Halloween decorations and generous candy distribution, lives an elderly woman named Mrs. Hargrove. Rumors swirl about her homemade treats. Some say they're enchanted, while others warn they're cursed. On Halloween night, a group of teens, Liam, Sophie, and Ben, decide to trick-or-treat at Mrs. Hargrove's house for fun. They've heard tales of her infamous candy that grants wishes, but comes at a cost. Laughing off their fears, they approach her door, adorned with cobwebs and jack-o'-lanterns.
Choose wisely.
Mrs. Hargrove greets them warmly, but with an unsettling glint in her eye, as she hands them each a unique candy, wrapped in shimmering paper. Excited yet wary, they unwrap their candies, each one glowing ominously under streetlights. Liam wishes for popularity at school. Sophie desires wealth. Ben simply wants adventure. As midnight approaches, their wishes start manifesting, but not in ways they expected. Liam becomes surrounded by adoring fans who turn out to be mindless zombies, drawn by his newfound charm. Sophie's wealth attracts thieves instead of riches. Ben finds himself trapped in a haunted maze filled with terrifying creatures. Realizing Mrs. Hargrove's treats are cursed rather than enchanted, they race back to confront her before it's too late. When they reach her house again, it's transformed. Dark vines creep up its walls as shadows swirl around them ominously. They plead for help, but find only echoes of laughter from within. Determined to break free from their curses, each teen must confront their deepest fears. Liam faces rejection from those he thought were friends. Sophie learns that true wealth lies in friendship. Ben discovers that adventure can be dangerous without caution. Together, they confront Mrs. Hargrove one last time. United by their experiences and newfound wisdom, they demand she reverse their curses.
True magic lies within yourselves. Their choices shape their destinies.
In an unexpected twist of fate, Mrs. Hargrove reveals that true magic lies within themselves. Their choices shape their destinies. As dawn breaks on Halloween morning, they find themselves back at home with no memory of what transpired, but feeling changed forever. A reminder that sometimes what seems sweet can hide dark truths beneath its surface.